Hi, my name is Jeanette, and I want to thank you for joining me on the channel Jane Reads. So today I am playing another TBR game to create another TBR for April. When I played my Bonkers TBR at the end of March to create my April TBR, my Bonkers game was pretty nice to me for once, and I only got 6 books on that TBR. And I have read all 6 books. I only have 1 book left that I want to read in the month of April, and that is Anne of Windy Poplars by Ellen Montgomery, because I'm doing the Year of Maud with Chantel, and that is our April book choice. So that is the only book I have left to read in this month. However, there is half the month left. I need some more TBR. I need some more books on a TBR. I am not a great mood reader, so just randomly picking books, I need some help, and that is why I create a TBR game. And so this time, because my Bonkers TBR was such a short one, and I only want to play it once a month because there's so many great TBR games out there that I wanted to try a different one. So I have been inspired by Krista from Books and Jams for her Flip-N-Roll TBR game. Her channel will be linked below so that you can go and see her playing this game. And back when she created the game, she shared the printable, kind of the basic template layout with empty spots for each number 1 through 6. And you could pick your own categories if you wanted to play the game. So that is what I have done. I have taken her template and I have chosen categories through 1 through 6. So here is my template. So I have based this on my goals mainly. So a 1 will give me anticipated reads. So any book that I have mentioned in an anticipated reads video that I have not read yet. So since the beginning of my channel, so it goes back 3 years. Okay, then a number 2 will give me authors to 0. So I have an authors to 0 list that I'm working on this year. I have 11 authors on that list with a whole list of books, but I would like to read at least 5 authors to 0 this year. So that is where that one is. Then number 3 will give me a bingo board pick. So I have 2 bingo boards. I have a TBR bingo board, which is 25 and 25. Then I have a rereads bingo board, which is also 25 and 25, but they're all books that I have read before that I want to reread. So that will, a bingo board pick will be anything from either one of those boards. Then a 4 will give me a monthly prompt. So I have my Christian Fiction Yearly Reading Challenge. And so for that one, this monthly prompt is whatever month I'm playing for, I have to pick a book that will fit that. So for April, it is a new to me author, which means I have to pick a book that's from a new to me author. If I play this game again in May, for example, it would be a book that is set in the South. Okay, so then number 5 will give me a book for my pre-2020 purchase list. So I have 19 books on that list at the beginning of January of books I purchased before 2020 that I want to read. My goal is to read at least 5 of them. So that will be one of those books. Okay, and then a number 6 will give me series. So I just need to continue in a series or start a series, whatever. It has to be part of a series. Okay, so that is what the dice roll will be. Then she also flips a coin to decide whether if it comes up on heads, it's going to be from prompts. So I've created a prompt jar. Most of these prompts are from my Bonkers TBR game, but there are a couple new ones in here and a couple I've taken out that just won't fit. Then if I get tails, it means I spin a wheel and whatever book it lands on is kind of the book that I have to read. So with the prompts, I have a little bit more selection than the spinner wheel. Okay, so shall we play? I am going to play for 5 books. Now, if I don't get these read in April, I will just continue them on and read them at some point before I play another TBR game. Other than when I play my Bonkers TBR game for May. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let's just start. I've got my little Pyrex Tupperware lid because I needed something quiet because my husband is sleeping at this moment. And then I have my dice. So let's roll and see what my first roll is going to be. And we've got a 3. And a 3 is a bingo board pick. Okay, now let's flip a coin and find out whether I can use prompts to choose that book or a spinner wheel to choose that book. Flip a coin.
All right, flipping a coin, and it's heads.
Okay, heads means I will use a prompt. Okay, let's pick a prompt. And the prompt we have gotten is a reread. Is that even focusing? There we go. A reread. Okay, so it just needs to be a reread from my bingo board. Let me find my bingo board. Okay, so here is my bingo board, the ones with covers, obviously, of the ones that I've read. Have I read any more that I haven't put a cover on yet? I don't think so. Oh, well, Anna Windy Poplars. Since I know I'm going to read that one, do I just start with that one? I don't think so, because I'm already going to. Like, that's going to be the next book I read. Okay, so I think we're going to go with... Yeah. We're going to go with Smokescreen by Terri Blackstock, because I am also participating in Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. She was doing the Spring Into the Movies readathon for the month of April, and one of the prompts is a romantic suspense. And I did not have a romantic suspense on my list. I haven't read one yet, and this is a romantic suspense. So I am going to read this one. As I said, it is a reread for me. I read it when it originally came out in 2019, and I gave it 5 stars then, and I just said I was engrossed from the beginning. So it says, one father was murdered, another was convicted of his death, all because their children fell in love. So, okay, that is going to be book number 1. Let's roll again. Find out what happens with book number 2. And we have a 6. So that is going to be a series. Okay, so let's flip the coin and find out if it's going to be prompts or the spinner.
Okay, flipping a coin, and it's tails.
Tails is going to be a spinner. Okay. Okay, so for spinner, I have 39 series on this list. Now, some of them I've started, some of them I have not started at all. They're on my TBR. Okay, let's spin and find out what series I'm going to be reading, or start reading a book from. Blackstone Legacy. Okay, so Blackstone Legacy will mean I'm starting a new series. This book 1 is Carved in Stone by Elizabeth Camden. I don't really know anything about this series, but I did read the Spice King series. What was it actually called? Hope and Glory by Elizabeth Camden last year. I think I completed that series, and I did really enjoy them. So I found this one at a thrift store And then I've got the rest of the series. It says, her gilded worlds hold a deeply hidden secret. After years of tragedy, Gwen Kellerman now lives a quiet life as a botanist at an idyllic New York college. She largely ignores her status as heiress to the infamous Blackstone dynasty and hopes to keep her family's heartbreak and scandal behind her. Patrick O'Neill survived a hard-scrabble youth to become a lawyer for the downtrodden Irish immigrants in his community. He's proud of his work, even though he struggles to afford his ramshackle law office. All that changes when he accepts a case that is sure to emphasize the Blackstone's legacy of good and corruption of resurrecting a 30-year-old mystery. Okay, that does sound interesting. So, we're going to start a new series, Carved in Stone by Elizabeth Camden. Let's roll for book number 3. And it is another 3. Okay. It's another bingo board pick. And are we going to use prompts or a spinner wheel? Flip a coin.
All right, flipping a coin, and it's heads.
Okay, we are heads as prompts, so back to the jar. Cup, really? Let's pick one. And, ooh, okay, so we have an anticipated book. Okay, so any book on my bingo board that has been on my anticipated list. Let me find one. Okay, so I have chosen the Foxhole Victory Tour by Amy Lynn Green. It is on my 25 and 25 bingo board, so it has a scratch spot. And I need to get this one from the library. But this one released January 2024, so it was on my anticipated release for January, February, March of 2024. My BFF Christine recently read this, and I know that she wants me to read it so that we can chat about it. So this is going to be the one I'm going to put for this spot. Let's roll for book number 4. It's another 3. Am I actually rolling? Okay. Now, flip a coin.
Okay, flipping a coin, and it's tails.
Tails is a spinner. Okay, so I need my bingo board combined. Okay, so I brought up my spinner wheel. It says there's 29 books on it. Now, there are a few books this is the combined list between the 25 and 25 new reads and the 25 and 25 reread list. And there's a couple books that I cannot read because they're like the next in the series. I need to start at the beginning of the series. And there's a book that I do not own that my BFF is currently reading, so I cannot read that one yet because once she finishes with that physical copy, she's sending it to me so that I can read it. Okay, let's spin and see what happens. All we thought we knew. I have to get this one from the library too. Okay, so it is another 25 and 25 new read. Scratch spot again. I do not recall what this one's about other than it's historical fiction. I think maybe dual timeline, but historical fiction for sure. During the Vietnam War, I think, where a sister loses her brother and then finds out some of the circumstances about it. I think it's been quite a while. It was also an anticipated read for me. So yeah, I'm going to get this one from the library as well. And I just threw the card on the floor. Okay, let's roll for the 5th and final book. And it is going to be a 4. Okay, so That is going to be my monthly prompt. So that means it must be a new to me author. This is going to be a little bit more tricky. Okay, are we using prompts or are we using a spinner wheel? Wait, do I even have a spinner wheel for this? Well, this could be interesting. Flip a coin.
All right, flipping a coin, and it's heads.
Okay, well, prompts it is. And going, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go underneath. That one kind of opened. And it is, really, it is a classic. Okay then. A classic from an author I've never read. Huh. Okay, so I have 3 classics that from authors I've never read. At least I don't think I've read. So we have Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. I don't think I read this as a kid. I really don't think so. So there's an option. The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. Now this would be one of my pre-2020 purchases. So this really, maybe, and it's not as intimidating as it looks because The Importance of Being Earnest is only 100 pages. Not even 100 pages, I think. It's only that. Why do I have all this? It's 4 other plays included. So maybe, or Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, which is as intimidating as it looks, but it is also a pre-2020 purchase. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Okay, I want to say I'm leaning towards one of these. Wow, this one feels heavy. I've heard that Black Beauty is a little sad, and one of my really good friends wants me to read The Importance of Being Earnest. It's a lot of like historical type stuff on this list. I think I'm gonna do The Importance of Being Earnest. I think so. Because it's also going to get me further down on that goal of reading old purchases. So I think that's what I'm going to do. This is how it's looking with these 3 and these 2 that I need to get from the library. So we have Smokescreen by Terri Blackstock. We have Carved in Stone by Elizabeth Camden. We have The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. We have The Foxhole Victory Tour by Amy Lynn Green, and All We Thought We Knew by Michelle Shocklee. Okay, a lot of historical here. But I'm most excited about this book, honestly, because it's Terri Blackstock. It's a favorite. I loved it the first time I read it, so yeah. Well, that is my TBR for the remainder of April. Let's see how I do. I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video today, and I would love it if you would like and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for future videos. Thank you. Bye.